Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope all of you are fine and paying full attention to your studies. It's our lecture number 6 of social studies from geography for class 8th. This lecture is also from chapter number 4, natural disasters. Let's have a recap of our previous lectures where we have discussed disasters and natural disasters. A natural disaster is a natural phenomena that negatively affects life, vegetation, property, livelihood, or industry, etc., at a larger scale, and often it is resulting in permanent changes to human societies, ecosystems, and environment. In our previous lectures, we have discussed about volcanism, landslides, desertification, floods, cyclones, earthquakes, and today we are going to discuss forest fires. Fires in the forest are also a natural phenomenon. It is a common hazard in the forests which is harmful not only the forest wealth but also for the whole regime of fauna and flora. It seriously disturbs and destroys the biodiversity, ecosystem, and environment as well. So, forest fire is a term used for uncontrollable fire which burns forests and other types of vegetation and causes damage to the associated wildlife. Let's have a look upon the situation of forests in Pakistan. Forests are very much important for the economy and weather conditions of an area, so they are considered valuable asset for a country. According to experts, the average area under forests should not be less than 25% of the total area of any country. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, the situation is quite adverse because there is only rather less than 5% of the total area of the country is under forest, and its major reason is illegal massive cutting of trees. It's common practice in Pakistan. It's a crime, and sometimes to cover this crime forests are put on fire too, which can burn down the valuable economic assets of the country. So, what are the causes of forest fire? There are a lot of reasons, but mainly we can divide them into two: natural or environmental reasons, and the reasons due to the human activities. First of all, we are going to discuss natural or environmental reasons, for example, lightning associated with thunderstorms or volcanism if that mount is covered with trees or situated among the trees within a jungle. There may be other natural or environmental reasons, for example, the dry and warm temperatures, dry spells, long dry spells, having no rainfall. Uh, that is why the moisture content becomes too less, and there may be a litter of dry leaves in the jungles and dry branches which can catch fire even by a small spark. And the other reasons are man-made, man-induced activities. They may be intentional and unintentional. They may be accidental and due to the negligence of the humans. For example, if during the process of agriculture there is burning of fire, and with the air the sparks may go to the jungles if a jungle is nearby. The other major reason is camping. People spending their nights in camping purpose, and they lit fire over there to make themselves safe from wildlife and from cold weathers even. And due to their negligence, this fire may spread in the jungle. But as we have already discussed, the criminal act, thiefly, massive, illegal cutting of tree is a crime, and to cover such crime, the people may put the forests into the fire. Effects of forest fire. Forest fire have bad effects upon the ecological system of the forest and ecological system of the area. It increases the temperature, can change the weather conditions, causes environmental pollution due to smoke. Content of carbon dioxide may increase in the air, and ozone layer may be damaged due to forest fires. It may result in loss of life and property in the settlements, human settlements, which are situated near the forests. It can destroy agricultural products, nearby fields, crops in the nearby fields, or the trees having fruits, or the wood, especially the timber wood, which is very much expensive and usable. It disturbs the watersheds and it may have a negative impact on human health. For example, lung diseases, skin diseases, eye irritation, etc., may occur due to forest fires. And it also disturbs the economic activities. What are the safety measures we can adopt? Almost 52% of the forest fires are a result of human negligence. So, human, while visiting the jungles, the forests, must be careful they don't have cigarettes in their hands. And if there is a spark due to any electric equipment, it may also let the jungle into fire. So, care and planning should be involved. First of all, should be involved in safety measures. Along with all this, the first responsibility is to create awareness among the people while they were working within the jungles or visiting the jungles for any purpose. They should know what to do. Clear the areas around forests from bushes, plants, dry leaves, and broken branches, which may add the process of fire. And while visiting or doing something near the jungle or within the jungle, do not store the material which can catch fire, like natural gas and petrol, etc. There should be grown spongy type of vegetation which can store large amount of water in their stems and in their leaves as well, and they are not easily inflammable. People should train about firefighting, and it is a safety measure which can be adopted before such disaster happens. Use fire resistant material in construction. It is about the constructions, especially about the constructions which are going to be done in within or near the jungles or forests. Government should establish an effective monitoring system of forests, especially in warm and dry areas, to stop such incidents. And if there is a fire in the forest, there should be a plan to quit the people from that area to a safer place. Such evacuation plans should be prepared, and it is not for to shift the people, but their domestic livestock, domestic animals and livestock as well, and their household items, expensive household items, maybe try to save them and avoid return till the fire is extinguished completely. During these lectures, we have discussed about the disaster management practices. We have learned that there are three steps. We are going to repeat them. First of all, forecast management practices. With the help of technology, we can forecast about many of the disasters, but even there is advancement in the technology, we cannot forecast, we can't predict all of the things. For example, we can't predict when fire can be lit due to any human negligence within a forest. Forecast management practices involve prediction and all such measures that may help to keep the damage at minimum level. The second practice is monitoring. If there is a natural disaster, monitoring very much important. It involves such measures which are taken during the disaster to fulfill the needs and reduce the problems of the affectees. Rehabilitation and recovery is the last step during any disaster when the people are going to face damage and there is destruction. After that, speedy rehabilitation and compensation of the disaster damages and um, destruction must be there, and recovery process for the people who are affected, for the area which is affected due to any natural disaster. It should be recovered, it should be managed, maintained, and developed again. Let's have a summary. We discussed about natural phenomena which may cause loss of life and property for mankind, and today we discussed forest fires with special reference to Pakistan. Usual management practices including forest monitoring and mitigation, that how can we reduce the damage, how can we minimize the level of damage, and the safety measures that can be taken in case of natural disasters. Hopefully students, you have get the lectures now. Here are home assignments for you. I hope you have read your chapter number 4, all the relevant topics we have discussed in these lectures, and you have to write the short and detailed answers of the relevant questions given in the exercise at the end of the chapter. You may take help from the notes given at the website of DPS. And if you have any question, if you have any query, you may write your question in the comment box, and I'll try my level best to give your answers. Thank you students. Allah Hafiz. Allah bless you.